Hey WanderLunch friends, Heather back here in the kitchen with you. Some tips, tricks, and tactics of the trade. Today, hope I'm not going to give all my secrets away, but I'm going to show you how we toast up the dream of cheese here at the shop. So you start with a nice hot surface. I got my griddle on right here. You can totally use a skillet for this. If you've got one of those really cool Black & Decker pancake griddles, that works for this too. It's important to have the hot, because that's what's going to toast your bread at the same rate that your cheese is melting. I have my griddle on at 350. If you happen to have a skillet or a griddle like this where you can have that temperature setting, 350 is what I use. Our dream of cheese, the shop, has 4 different cheeses on it: American, provolone, the spicy pepper jack, and the sharp cheddar. And you'll notice that I don't put them on top of each other. I kind of sort of spread them out and layer them, stagger them, shingle them a little bit so that I get maximum, like I want that melt. I want that melt over the edge of the bread, and that just makes it look glorious and delicious. And sometimes the cheese falls off the edge a little bit and it gets that little melted crust on there, and that's really awesome too. So they're gonna go on my griddle, my nice hot griddle. When the order comes in for an dream of cheese, we usually try to put it on right away because it takes the longest out of all of the sandwiches to do, which is funny. It's the simplest, but it takes the longest to melt. If I have time, and this is something that you can do on your stove at home, I've invested in these nice cool domes here, and I will just dome it like that. Traps the heat, melts it from all the way around, and it just helps speed up the process a little quicker. A lot of time I don't have the room, I don't have the time, we've got people coming in, so they can cook on this griddle totally, completely, as is as well. And now we wait. So we took about a 3-4 minute break, answered a phone call, picked up the dome, and again, this is where that speedy cooking happens. 3 to 4 minutes, it really depends on the heat that you have your griddle at. You're gonna wanna keep an eye on it. It's something you really shouldn't walk away from. You can see that we're starting to get the melt. You're starting to get that little oily sheen. I will sometimes touch with my fingers, getting that really good gooey melt. You've got some ooziness on the sides, got the crunch starting to happen here. Every time I make this sandwich, I'm like, 4 cheeses, okay, not the most exciting thing. And then as it's cooking and when I cut it, I'm like, this is a gorgeous sandwich. Totally one of the most underestimated sandwiches on our menu. At this point in time, I'm checking for color, and it's perfect. Again, you toast it up how you want to. I like it when it gets this nice dark golden color. And I've got that crust, see that crust right there? Beautiful. At this point in time, I'm taking it off. Do you guys remember the water trick? Your grandma, your mom, your aunts, whenever something was ready to put on a hot surface, you do the little water flick, and if it danced on the surface, if the water pops and jumps up at you and nearly burns your eyes out, too hot, turn your heat down. That's the music of the griddle, of the heat of the water. Anyways, want to mention that. So at this point in time, I'm taking it off my griddle. I usually, whenever we do it here, we cut them this way. You cut it however you want. You go this way, you don't cut it at all, totally up to you. At this point, I'm gonna cut it, and I'm not going to quite cut it all the way through because I wanna see if we can get that cheese pull, that gooey. You ready for this, Brent? You filming? This is what we want. We want that delicious, cheesy, let's do that. Can I put it together and do it again? Delicious, yummy cheese pull, and that's our dream of cheese. Color, look for the melt of the cheese, and then just enjoy it.